Hey, what's up, guys? It's time for another KennyKast, and this one, I'll try to let it be a little more Kenny. Usually it's like
Right.
about 70% Rick, 30% Kenny. People will point that out. I'll let you get a couple words in from the beginning. Say, hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're actually going to give some props to RPT 111 in this.
Oh, yeah. He
Now-
looked like he spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah. I mean, the idea that someone would spend this much time on me and Kenny is just like astonishing. It's great. This must be how PewDiePie feels, right?
Possibly.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can need some props here.
Oh yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I might read all this. We might read all this because you can see why this existed outside of comment of the day. I couldn't really structure this for comment of the day, but we have a series coming up movie scripts of the day.
Right.
So people leave comments, right? But if enough people, Kenny, if they leave movie scripts, how about we do this? We'll just nah, I'm just joking. People are going to start leaving movie scripts for us.
Oh, mean. So far, it's true. Look.
Okay,
So what I can read.
let's see how much of this actually is like close to who we are,
Pretty
or
much real
actually
life.
real life. Okay, he says, let's see how to play this out. Probably have to be tech heavy. Rick has a heart-to-heart with Kenny while they are having a beer on the end of some dock, possibly fishing. End of the day approaching dusk. Yes, I know, not the greatest time to fish. They're talking about the memory of a past love that got away. Jennifer Lawrence. Actually, that didn't get away. I haven't caught that one yet.
Was it a love that you and me had together? Or was it one
Hey, we're not into that kind of stuff.
Okay.
We're not into that.
I like the beer part. Let's go back to that.
What they call that? What's that position? They call that the triangle.
Triangle.
You know, when you like high five and it makes a triangle. Okay, I don't want to get too graphic.
Okay, never mind.
This is PG rated
Yeah,
and everything.
PG.
Heart with King while they're possibly fishing. End of the day, approaching dusk. They are talking in the memory of a past love that got away from, and Rick comes to mind. Flashback. Rick and lady friend have a slow montage of special moments together. Kenny looking over at the pause Rick has taken in speaking to see him looking off as if a million miles away. Kenny has, look at that, he added an E to your name. Terrible. Is that your name in the script? Kenney?
Got to spell it different. Can't have your real name in it.
He's got to have a proofreader on this, Has an idea. Set Rick up. So Kenny makes a profile for Rick on some dating app. Some lady shows him interest, and that is when Kenny shows him the app. Rick, in protest and with a very small amount of anger at Kenny, again with the extra E, for making the profile, be regretting? Now he's just making words up right now. Looks at the app. As he swipes past potential dates, he starts to warm up to the idea. That is when he sees her, possibly the one. Rick then praises Kenny and says, maybe this wasn't a bad idea after all. They minorly celebrate. Cut to commercial.
There's commercials
in a movie?
Oh, this must be a short mini film.
Maybe it's like a made-for-TV movie or something.
Could be on the Lifetime channel.
Possibly.
It sounds like a Lifetime movie.
And they'd be like, a tampon and like commercials. I don't know what they would play, kind of commercials. I don't know what demographic we're trying to go to here. Rick walks in the door as he greets the horse. There's a horse, Pitbull, and the rapper Pitbull's in this. Wow, this is going to have a big budget, And Kenny, as he puts his coat up, he tells Kenny I thought it said contracted something from the girl. Contacted that lady he saw, the one that caught his interest. They had set up a date for that night. Rick touches on the subject of how they got to start chatting. They then work out where to take her, and Rick can try on different kinds of clothing.
Hopefully it's not her clothing.
Well, I'm not really into that anymore. This is
we're trying to spruce up this sitcom.
Close up on Rick, cut to commercial. I'm going to end this here. I got stuff to do. Oh, left us hanging. That's interesting.
Left us hanging.
Let's see if we can maybe finish the story of what happens. Well, the thing is, what people don't understand is that is kind of troubling. Would I possibly be with a person that would be an e-beggar? That's something to think of. What do you think, Kenny? Knowing me, what do you think?
You'd probably talk her out of it and use other means of ways of besides e-begging, maybe. I wouldn't.
But I try to like gear her back to work.
Right.
Gear her back to work. Because apparently she was an accountant. She did accounting, and then the thing went viral. Now I wouldn't stifle her. I think you mentioned that she had a Patreon. I'd probably try to drive her away from that. I wouldn't stifle her because that's great. She would make the viral videos and everything like that.
To encourage her to continue her dreams on making videos go viral without the other means of like Patreon and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd probably explain to her, my stances and everything. But it sounds like, if she's going down that road, like, I don't know. Like, I guess it would depend. Right. Here's what it would depend on, Kenny. And we're talking long-term, short-term. Mm-hmm. Of course I wouldn't marry her. Not going to marry an e-beggar. Couldn't do that. Could never do that. But if we're talking about, like, a short fling or something like that, then, yeah, I could probably stomach that.
If she understands your views, maybe she would,
I mean, if you were in that position, what would you do? Like, would it bother you as much? It just bothers me.
It would bother me, and then I would explain to her my stance on the way I feel on it. And then if she respected my decision, maybe she would, would go with, my decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, like, maybe after, like, a good dickin', maybe, like, if I lay it down really good.
Lay the law down.
Yeah, lay the log down. No, if I give her a good bit of wood, and I'm really, really, see.
It's not a woodbeggar.
Woody Woodbeggar? No, you've seen Woody Woodpecker. Comes to the channel, right? It's half wood, half Woody Woodpecker. It's Woody Woodpecker. We love Woody Woodpecker. But I possibly wonder if, like, my dick has magical powers to be able to transfer someone from an e-beggar, back to normal. Mm-hmm. I would like to think and hope to think it did actually have those powers.
It could. You never know. It seems like my part's true. I like beer and I like fishing. I just come back off this, last weekend, went out fishing at the beach. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you throw them back?
Oh, yeah. You can only keep them up to 13 inches long.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no, you know what I mean.
No, I mean, I think the women keep you if you're 13 inches long.
And they throw you back if you're not, huh?
What are you talking about, Ron Jeremy here? The thing is, you get on YouTube and people get ideas of who you are, and it's like, it's not fake. I do actually have a thing for Jennifer Lawrence. Mm-hmm. I should probably go get some therapy about it. I don't know what it is either. It's not that I'm not drawn or attracted to other females, but just something about Jennifer Lawrence. Mm-hmm. Like, I think whoever I'm with, I have to, like, explain to them, like, well, I have a thing for Jennifer Lawrence.
Never mind that poster on the ceiling.
Yeah. So, yeah, but it's amazing. That's why I read that.
Yeah.
Because, like, here's the thing. Of all the things to write about, there's much more compelling things to write about than me and Kenny.
Right. I thought it was cool. I loved the idea. I mean, that was really great that he did that. Came up with the idea. That's really creative. I
mean, like, that's a skill right there.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to write. So I would say, pick more interesting, topics, I would say. But yeah, what would be really cool, Kenny, is if we were in a game like Double Dragon. And like every little mini boss and all these characters. How about, here's a concept. Me and Kenny, like, we're pitching this to game makers.
Yeah.
Double Dragon, the e-beggar edition, and we're fighting off we're fighting off all the
e-beggars.
All the e-beggars. There's mini bosses, there's super bosses and everything. And then just all the thugs are like, all their sheep.
Right.
The sheep that come here defending them, that's what it is.
Since we're the fighters, a lot of times you get hearts to heal your health. Whenever we hit like $1 or a money bag, it takes health away from us.
Oh, that's amazing!
You think?
Like there's little Patreon bags or whatever.
Yeah. Every time when you touch it, it takes the life away, or takes us down.
Then what would the positive be? Still chicken?
Yeah.
Still chicken.
Gotta be chicken.
Garbage can chicken. You ever play like some of those old beat 'em ups, like Final Fight?
Oh yeah.
And not Street Fighter, not Final Fight and Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
What's a weird thing is like apples and chickens in trash cans. In real life, if you knock over a trash can and you get chicken out of a garbage can, you get salmonella.
Right.
You don't get powerful, you don't get your health back. You know what I'm saying?
You'll die.
So that's one of the weirdest things I ever thought. Like like they just couldn't leave tables out. Maybe tables and snacks. I get snacks. Well, we're talking about rotten beef and chicken. You'd see all kind of crap in there. You ever play the old Ninja Turtle games, the arcade games? And there would be pizza out there.
Yep.
Pizza can last for a long time.
Yeah.
Pizza can. Heck, I had some dumpster pizza the other day from Little Caesars. It's stuff because all the stuff they pump in it makes it last for a while.
It doesn't rot,
Yeah. It takes a while to rot. So I get that.
What was you doing digging in the dumpster?
I was just looking for stuff. Never know what you find in a dumpster.
This is so true.
You might find video games. You might find spare pizza.
Yep.
You might find other people trying to dig in a dumpster. And you're like, hey, buddy,
dumpster diving.
This is my area.
Find your own dumpster.
Yeah, find your own dumpster. Let's see. This is random all over the place as they usually are. A lot of people don't like these. They don't like these KennyKast, because we don't really plan a lot of these out.
You know my favorite dumpster I used to love to dig in when I was younger?
What?
Radio Shack. I
Radio
used to
Shack.
find cool stuff in Radio Shack dumpsters.
What'd you find in a Radio Shack dumpster?
I found this one clock one time, and you pushed it. It was a clock, but it had electronic voice that told you what time it was.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Ding and tell you what time it was. I found a stereo in there one time,
Yeah.
and it worked.
Mhm.
Worked just fine. It ate your cassette tapes, but hey, the radio worked.
Yeah, so a lot of people throw things away,
It's like,
and they still might have something salvageable. Think of all boom boxes and everything there's out there that maybe these tape decks or whatever don't work, or maybe a unit maybe has a CD, but the FM unit works.
Oh yeah.
Might as well get uses at some of this and everything. But what was I going to say?
I think we totally got off track.
Yeah, it stays off track.
It usually does.
I know one. Maybe not today. We'll actually talk about holes. The holes in clothes, clothes in general.
Yeah.
So that's probably the next one. But this one, oh yeah, I forgot to ask you, what the heck is e-banking? Is that e-talking, e-walking?
Yeah, like an Ewok, off of Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on Star Wars. Apparently, the next Star Wars is called a Skywalker something.
Is it really?
Yeah, and they killed Luke, but they're gonna bring him back. Everything's okay. He was killed. He's a Force ghost. He projected a hologram, then he pooped out. Best Star Wars ending of all time. Yeah, we're headed out for today, but I want to finish off and tell you one thing. Remember, we won't mention other names here, but someone went out. Who did he tell you this? Did he tell you this when he went out and the homeless guy? Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
Okay. So he walks out. He has long hair. Okay, he has long hair. So he walks out, and he's going back to his car in the parking lot. Homeless guy sitting on a bench, and he yells and cat calls, and he's like, "Woo! There's my favorite girl that works here." And
No way.
he turns around, and he has a full beard, Kenny. Turns around, right, and the shock he says on this guy's face is priceless. He puts his hands up and goes, "Whoa, I'm not gay! I'm not gay!" Right? And but here's the thing, though. At what point do you become gay? Do you get accidentally gay, or are you gay by accident and you go back to being straight? I would wager a guess that you know him, right? Okay. Right. He looks nothing to me like a female.
Nothing at all.
There's the long hair, yeah. So here's the thing. It's latent gay that's inside of you. If you see him walking, clearly a man, clearly long hair, looks kind of like Jesus, well, not metal Jesus, but we have so many Jesuses we deal with everything, so I get all the Jesus confused. People call him Jesus because, he looks kind of like Jesus. So he's walking away, doesn't see the beard, doesn't see the goatee. Obviously, he likes what he sees. He'd be liking what he sees, Maybe liking the way he's shaking his hips. And he turns around at him, then he stands up and he's like, No! You just had a discovery.
Just see how far it goes.
He is ruined. And I wonder, what happens when you see something you really like, you're attracted to? I think officially, if he got a little bit of a chub, he's probably gay. And he has to go home and He's probably going home and he's watching so many adult movies. He's probably just watching like lesbian on lesbian movies just because he's like, I'm not gay, and he's taking cold showers and everything.
Just to turn it around, right?
Yeah. We're finishing up this today, and I think I only got about maybe 75% of this, so I gave you 25%. That's not bad. Kenny's part is going to keep going up and going up. Well,
More and more.
yeah. Got anything to say to grow in perspective, Kenny? All right. Catch you guys later.